Freezer favorites. Are you like me right now where you're just struggling to get your routine back because school is starting? That's me. So I thought it would be a great time to make a video for you about freezer favorites that I have so that you can keep them on hand. They can get you out of a bind. They can keep you on track and just get your mindset to be really calm. Having things in the freezer has kept me, number one, maintaining my weight loss. So if you are new here, I lost 65 pounds after the birth of my second baby in 2020, and I've been maintaining that weight loss ever since. And freezer stuff, it's necessary, it really is. So today I'm just gonna be walking you through the things that keep me on track. They just go in the freezer. They're there when you need them. You don't even have to think about them, but there's a strategy behind it. So let me show you what I've got. The first thing, kind of an obvious one, but here we are. Frozen veggies. So I need to have frozen veggies in my freezer for an easy side dish. Some of my favorites are the Green Giant riced cauliflower. I think this is perfection if you are on low carb and you just want to have an easy side dish. You can doctor this up with cheese, with other veggies. You can put this on the bottom of a Nourish bowl, on top of some low carb Chinese food. My mouth's watering. That's a good one. And again, you just bulk buy that when it's on sale, throw it in your freezer, it's ready to go. It literally cooks in the bag. You can't get any easier than that. I recently found at Wegmans, you can probably find these at your store, but I love Wegmans. It's these like little blends of sauces along with a vegetable. So my favorite one is this one. I thought I had more of these in my freezer to incorporate in this video, but I must have ate the last one, so I've got to stock up. I love these because they're so easy. You just pour them into a saucepan and let them heat up and you're good to go. This one is also really good. So this is the green bean and shallot. The one that I just mentioned is like a cauliflower, broccoli, pine nut, garlic sauce. So good and so easy. So I will usually make this and we'll eat it for dinner, or I'll save it and I'll do it for meal prep, which is even better. So I'll cook it, portion it out, pop it in the fridge, then it's good to go for meals later in the week. So frozen veggies are definitely so important for me, and buying different ones and buying different flavors is also fun because then it doesn't feel like you're eating the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, the next thing are meats. These are right out of the freezer, so they're ice cold. I love to bulk buy when my meats at my grocery store are on sale. I will bulk buy them. So like ground chicken, I make so many things with ground chicken. Tacos specifically, at least once or twice a week. And then I love to make chicken parm meatballs, which are on my blog waiting for you. So good. And then I've got ground beef here, you know, for the same thing, for meatloaf, for meatballs, for different recipes. And I love bulk buying meat because I feel like you don't have to really think about it. As long as you can pre-plan in the morning and be like, oh, tonight, let's do chicken parm meatballs. Take this out, let it defrost. I'll even do it the night before because then I'll just pop it in the fridge and then it'll be defrosted by the next night when I'm ready to cook dinner. So sometimes before I go to bed, I'll do like a little inventory check. I'll like make sure the dishwasher is running, make sure I have a meat available to eat for dinner tomorrow, and I kind of have this little nighttime checklist, and it's really, really helped me. But again, having the meat in the freezer ready to go is the first step. So that's definitely something that I like to buy just to stay on track. So let's talk about meals really quickly. There are certain meals that I make in my meal plan where I will double the recipe specifically so that I can freeze it and have it in the freezer for when I really don't feel like cooking, when I don't have time to cook, when I just don't want to cook, because there's so many days like that where I'm like, literally, this is the last thing I feel like doing is turning on that stove. Like, no. And when you have days like that, don't push yourself to cook. Just have another option ready for you. So in the freezer, I will make certain things. Number one, I will make my Mexican chicken chili. My mouth's watering. That is so delicious. Make it and then you can add on whatever toppings you like. It's so good. The next one that I make, and I bulk make it and I freeze it, is my enchilada chicken. You make that in your crock pot. It's the easiest recipe ever. It's low carb, high protein, and you can do so many things with it. Once you have the meat all cooked, you can make enchiladas. You can make like a taco bowl kind of style with like the enchilada chicken and all your toppings. You can make whatever you want. It's so good. You can make a salad. Oh, it's just delicious. So these are great for, again, storing in your freezer. The other thing I love to do is make extra soup. If you guys, it's almost soup season. I know I'm in a tank top, but it is September 1st when I'm filming this video, and soup season is right upon us. If you have never made my sausage and pumpkin soup, do yourself a favor. Bring the fall vibes into your kitchen, and more importantly, That recipe gets better like the second and third day after it sits in the fridge, but it's even better once you defrost it from the freezer. I don't know how this happens. The flavors just kind of marry together and it just tastes even better. But that is such a good one to keep in the freezer for on a cold night that you don't feel like cooking, to have a warm bowl of sausage pumpkin soup. That is what dreams are made of. It really is. That's one of my favorites. And then also this next soup, my rustic chicken soup. That one, if you are feeling under the weather, or if you got people in your life who are under the weather, make this soup, please, because it will literally heal you from the inside out. It's my favorite soup that I make in the fall. That and the sausage and pumpkin, they're just two very different soups. One is like very hearty and thick, and then the other one is just like a traditional chicken soup, and it's just got tons of veggies in it. It's so good. The broth is just so amazing. And for the other people in your life that are not low carb, if you want to add noodles to that soup, go right ahead. So it's the perfect base, but both of those freeze really well, and having them in the freezer, you just have to heat them up. It's so easy to have a really good home-cooked meal that I think tastes better once it's defrosted, but that's just me. Having those meals in there is key for when you don't feel like cooking, you can't cook, you just don't want to, you just want to reheat something, but you still want quality food. All right, let's talk some products. I know these aren't gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but hear me out. I'm not eating these things every single day. I think this goes without saying, but I do get comments, so I'm gonna address it. I don't eat these things every day, but in a pinch, again, if you don't feel like cooking, you have to have another option. So for me, something like a Quest pizza comes in handy. When my husband wants to order pizza for the kids, I'm not eating that. Maybe I don't feel like whatever the pizza place has to offer, but I do feel like pizza. I'll just heat one of these up. And I like getting the cheese one so that I can add all of my own toppings on it. So I will usually doctor this cheese pizza up like crazy with like pepperoni and mushrooms and olives and whatever else I have in the fridge. And then it kind of feels just like a fresh pizza that I'm eating. So is this gonna be for everyone? No. Is this good for me? Absolutely, especially in a pinch. I just love it. And if you're low carb and you're craving pizza, this is a really good option if you're just looking for that pizza flavor. I love it. I think it's really, really good frozen pizza, to be honest. I've tried a couple of different, I don't know, low carb entrees and things like that. And I think Quest does a really good job with their pizza. They have a lot of different flavors too, if you don't want to put your own toppings on. So this is also a good thing to have in a pinch, guys. It just saves you from breaking your plan, maybe binging on something you shouldn't. It's better to do this, in my opinion, than to break plan. Is it gonna be for everyone? No, but that's okay. This might not either, but guess what? We're talking about it. I love these. I am obsessed with these. So these are the Real Good Food tacos. The actual shell is made of chicken. I know, weird concept, just go with it. I heat these up in the air fryer. They get so crispy and so like juicy, and the cheese is so melty. It's so good. It's seriously so good. So this one is my favorite one. This is the beef, the one with the beef in the middle. So it's beef, it's a crispy chicken taco shell. In the middle is seasoned beef and cheddar cheese. And like I said, the shell is chicken. So this is very low carb. It's great protein. There's 2 tacos that come in here. So I'll just give you the one taco is 230 calories, 2 grams of net carbs, 3 carbs, 1 fiber. And it's 25 grams of protein. So for me, this is really great macros. I just love it. Are the ingredients for everyone? No, maybe not, but I'm not eating this every day. This is a pinch thing. If I need something from the freezer, I love this. And it tastes really, really good. Like, I was surprised. Really good. The beef is like really seasoned perfectly and I really like it. I found these at Walmart. So check and see if your Walmart has them. They had all of the Real Good Foods there. I'm a little picky when it comes to the Real Good Foods. This is my favorite, just know that. As we're talking about freezer favorites, I wanna talk about something that's always in my fridge, which is the LMNT sparkling cans. Today's video is actually sponsored by LMNT, and right now they're offering you cans or single serve packets that dissolve in water. What is LMNT? If you've never heard of LMNT before, trust me, it's an amazing product. It is a single serve electrolyte mix, and in there you're gonna get a science-backed electrolyte ratio with magnesium, potassium, and sodium to give you the perfect amount of hydration and electrolyte replenishment. So before I started replenishing my electrolytes on a daily basis, I had the weirdest symptoms. I had so much brain fog, so much fatigue in the afternoons. I literally was wondering like, what is happening? So I would grab coffee, it would make me so jittery, it wouldn't give me what I wanted, and I was like, what is happening? On top of that, I drink a lot of water during the day, and I was still getting Charlie horses at night. I was getting headaches that popped up out of nowhere. Turns out all of these random symptoms were all from an electrolyte deficiency. So once I started hydrating every day with a packet of electrolytes and now a can, you know, it's awesome because all of those symptoms have vanished. LMNT is great because there is 0 to 2 carbs in each packet. So it's perfect. It doesn't break the bank when it comes to my daily carb amounts, and there's no weird ingredients in here. So there's no sugar, there's no gluten. It's great for a vegan lifestyle, a paleo lifestyle, and there's no fillers. And the best part is that LMNT is actually offering anybody watching today a free sample pack with your next order. Inside that sample pack, you will get 8 of their most popular flavors of the drink mix packets. So you get to try all of the flavors, guys. All you need to do is go to drinklmnt.com/heart. So that's drinklmnt.com/heart, H-A-R-T. So thank you to LMNT for sponsoring today's video. So now let's talk about more freezer stuff that, oh, I left the door open. More freezer stuff that just is a must in my house. So the first thing I'm gonna talk about is Hero. Hero is a low carb bread company, and they make so many products. So these are all in my freezer, by the way. They recommend popping everything in the freezer the day you get it delivered to you. So that's what I do. And these are the tortillas. These are amazing. They are low carb. They've got some protein. So each tortilla is 80 calories, 1 gram of net carbs, and 7 grams of protein. These are so good. They're the bigger ones, so I love that. They also have seeded bread, which is 1 gram of carb per slice. And I dug these out of my chest freezer because that's where I keep them. They also have low carb. It's gonna be frosty. They have cheddar biscuits, and they're all packaged like this so that they can stay super fresh. And then they come in a container like this for easy freezer storage. Love their cheddar biscuits even more. Let me do you one more. Low carb croissants, you guys. And it's the same deal. They all come in a container like this, and they're all packaged separately. So if you want one, you just grab it, defrost it, and have it. These are so, so delicious. You cannot taste that they're low carb, and all of the macros are perfection for a low carb lifestyle. So all I do with these products is I make sure to either heat them up or toast them once they are defrosted. So I will pop them in my toaster, I'll pop them in the air fryer. If it is a tortilla, I will pop it in the microwave just to warm it up, and it's good to go. They're so, so, so good. Any of the products that I talk about today, I'll link down below so you can check them out. Hero specifically, if you're low carbing or you're keto, definitely check them out. Their products are totally superior to others, and I've tried a lot. I've tried so many low carb breads and bagels and all of that, and I really, really love Hero. Right along with Hero is Royo. So if you guys have never had Royo bread, it's so good. And Hero and Royo, they're just different. People always ask me, like, which one do you like better? I like them both equally. They're just 2 totally different types of bread. So this is the artisan bread from Royo, love them, and I love Royo bagels. I ate the last one last week, and I was like, oh, I should order more for when I film this video. I forgot. So just know that they're on order. They just haven't gotten here yet. But from Royo, I love their bagels. I love their super seed bagel. Super seed and everything are my favorite. I do like the cinnamon raisin one too, though. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. I have gotten every flavor. I've gotten their sample pack, so you get a little bit of everything. And honestly, every single thing that Royo offers is bomb. So Royo artisan bread is amazing as well. Same thing, it's just low carb bread so that when you want a sandwich, you can have it. When you want a bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant, you have that. When you want a cheddar biscuit to go with your Mexican chicken chili that we just talked about, you've got a cheddar biscuit. You know, it's just so nice to have these products in your freezer for when you crave these things. Your mindset can just calm in the background. And then you know that you're prepared, like everything is prepared in your freezer. And then you know that it's there for when you need it, but you don't have to stress about it. You always have a plan. And when our brain knows we have a plan, our mindset can calm down in the background and not stress us out. It's literally the best thing you can do is get yourself prepared. And if you're struggling in your weight loss journey, make a plan. And I know that sounds like, oh, of course, make a plan, but really look at what you're struggling with. Can you make a plan to make it better? Something else that just keeps me on track and really hits the spot when you're wanting it is ice cream. So you're probably thinking like, well, what is this? What is this? This is a container for my Ninja Creamy. I got a Ninja Creamy a little while back because everyone was talking about it. And I can honestly say for me being low carb, it's amazing. Like everyone needs it. But then the more I used it, the more I started realizing that everyone needs this because you can literally make ice cream out of anything. You can make a sweet treat out of anything. So I've made homemade Dole Whip in there. I've made like peaches and cream, just mixing 2 ingredients together. It's actually wild how this thing will make ice cream out of anything. So in here, I'm gonna whirl it up and I'll show you guys. But in here, the only thing in here is 2 things. I've made this a million times. This is my favorite recipe. So this is like a low carb ice cream. So in here, I use 2 scoops of the IsoPure. 50 grams of protein in this little pint of ice cream, which is amazing because if you're trying to meet your protein goals at the end of the night, it's almost like a frozen protein shake. But that makes it sound gross. It really tastes like ice cream, I promise you. So all I do is mix 2 scoops of this with unsweetened vanilla almond milk. That is it. And then I blend it with my little whisk. And then you do have to freeze this. So this is completely frozen. And then this goes into the Ninja Creamy machine. Put this lid on. Pop it into place. Okay, now we're gonna do light ice cream. So 1 spin has it looking a little chalky. See what I mean? Like it's nice, but what we're gonna do is spin it again. Before I spin it again, I'm gonna make a little well in the middle and I'll show you guys. I'm gonna add a little splash of that almond milk right in the middle, maybe like 2 tablespoons. And then I'm gonna pop this back on and spin it again on light ice cream. Okay, so we spun it twice. Sometimes it gets stuck. Whoa, look at the difference. Look at how fluffy that is. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's so fluffy. So we could stop here. However, I'm gonna make a little hole in the center and I'm going to add some of the Elizabeth's granola. This is the cinnamon peanut butter. And I feel like with the vanilla protein powder, mixing this in just tastes so good. So I'm gonna add a couple tablespoons in. Can't really fit too much, but hopefully we don't overflow it. And then when we put this on, let's see. Okay, we didn't overflow it. Pop this back on. Now I'm going to hit mix in here. Okay, I overflowed it, but that's okay. We can clean it. It's fine. Oh my gosh, you guys. I just want to show you. I told you I made a mess, but look at this texture. Oh my gosh. All this is protein powder and almond milk and the granola mixed in. Shut the front door, for real. I'm gonna get a brain freeze. Because I always get a brain freeze. Because I get so excited and I can't stop eating it. You can literally make anything into ice cream. And I really like the chunks in ice cream from the granola. I just realized that I usually add peanut butter into here as well. This feels like I'm cheating. I don't like to use that word, but it's what it feels like. It feels like this tastes too good to be true. But I highly recommend a Ninja Creamy if you are able to get one. They're so good. I actually have, at one point, I had like 6 flavors in my freezer from just things that I was trying out, and every single thing is so good. I've made ice cream from like Fairlife, those Fairlife milkshakes, like the high protein milkshakes. I've made strawberry, I've made chocolate. Oh my gosh, this is so good. At the end of the night, if you're trying to meet your protein goals, but you also like having sweet treats, this is where it's at. Because it checks all the boxes. No guilt, added protein, still staying low carb, and you get a treat. And just in case you do get one or you have one, all I do when I'm done eating this, I will usually scoop it out into a bowl, but I'm gonna be the only one eating this one, so it's okay. But I will flatten it all out, and then I will refreeze this, and then when I'm ready to eat it again, I just pop it into the machine and spin it again. And it's perfection every single time. So highly recommend that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this freezer video. Let me know your freezer must-haves down in the comments, and any other videos you would like to see from me, drop them down below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.